Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about promotional modeling. Today we're gonna learn how I got started, how you can get started, and what exactly a promotional model does and what she wears. So let's get started.
Your man on the road, he doing promo. You said keep our business on the low. I'm just trying to.
So let's just jump into how to get started. So I always tell new models that if you are looking for jobs, go to Craigslist. It's a great way to find those random jobs. You literally go under gigs and then under talent, and you'll see a lot of modeling jobs, including but not limited to promotional modeling. So that's actually how I found my first agency. At the time, I was charging $25 an hour to do photo shoots, and so when I saw the whole promotional modeling, $30 an hour, I was like, oh great, like it's kind of like a little bit above what I was charging, and so I just decided to apply for it. And so that's actually how I got in touch with my first agency ever to hire me, Case Face Promotions. Shout out to them. And that training and experience was so fun. We literally met at Casa de Reyes, which is an old town, and we just had a tequila tasting. So we tried different types of tequilas and talked about what we would be doing, our different job responsibilities and such. And so that's how I found my first agency. My second agency I found on San Diego Brand Ambassadors on Facebook. So another tip, I always tell people, just look up the city that you live in. So for example, if you live in Austin, Texas, you would look up Austin, Texas brand ambassadors on Facebook, and I can almost promise you that there's gonna be a Facebook page or multiple, and so you just request to join, and then you'll start seeing all of these job listings. And on the San Diego one, at least, they post multiple times a day, and they'll even break it down like pay rate, job responsibilities, what they're looking for. So that's a great way to get started if you don't want to do the Craigslist route, which I totally understand. I mean, if you do go that route, make sure that it's a real agency. They have a website, they have a phone number, they have some sort of contact, social media. Just always be careful, guys. The way that I found my third agency was on Instagram. Yes, guys, I always tell my fellow models or people wanting to break into the industry to use hashtag San Diego model, or if you live in another place, hashtag, Austin, Texas model, because photographers and promotional agencies and people wanting to hire models, that's what they're going to look up. Instagram is a great search engine, and so really hashtags, they totally work, because that's how a whole agency found me, and I work for them regularly now too, Venom Productions. So yeah, they were great. And the one that I found on Facebook is Red H Marketing, and that one is woman owned and ran, and so I think that's really awesome. Haley, she does a great job at running us. So yeah, it's a lot of fun when you get along with the people that are hiring you. It can just be a lot of fun, because then, for example, the first agency that I was talking about, we're gonna go to Vegas at the end of the month to represent Pepsi. So, you get to build relationships, and it can lead to traveling and fun stuff. So now that we've talked about how I got started, we can move on to how you guys can find jobs too. So my number one place, I would always suggest Facebook first. Just like I said, look up wherever you live, and I'm sure that will come up. My second tip would be certain apps. So there's an app called Work Market, and there's an app called Pop Bookings, and that's how I found my fourth agency. That's like, I only work for 4 because I cannot handle more than 4, because I would just be running around and super busy all the time. But yeah, so Pop Bookings and Work Market, those are both apps, and they'll show you different promotional brand ambassador jobs in your area according to your location. So those are also some great options. And really, guys, asking around. Once you land your first promotional job, always ask questions to everybody, to your client that hired you, to your fellow promotional model, brand ambassador person that you're working with, like, hey, how did you find this job? Or what other agencies do you work for? And that was the way that I was able to score this big list. It's like a list of 40 agencies. I'll put it at the end of this video so that you guys can check it out, because that list is amazing. Shout out to Noelle. We worked for Aperol Spritz together, and she just hooked it up with that list. She was like, oh yeah, I've been compiling a list for a while of just agencies that other models have told me that they work for. And so she's like, I broke it down from the ones that I work and then the ones that I still need to like look into and like apply to. Because yeah, sometimes, you know, you'll apply to an agency and you may or may not get a call back. But that's okay, because there's so many that exist out there. Just make sure, you know, that that you ask those important questions like about parking, pay rates, are you gonna be compensated for mileage and for parking and stuff like that. So always wanna make sure that it's worth it, because yeah, it takes a lot to get ready and to run around. And so for me, like if it's not at least paying $30 an hour, like I typically won't work it. Okay, so moving on to what you will need as a promotional model to get started, like what you typically wear, what you bring to an event. So what a promotional model does. Okay, so today I have my little table and a little tablecloth, and I'm gonna basically go to a liquor store and sample Fireball. So my company purchased a bottle of Fireball, and then I sample one per customer, and then it's a free sample. So then once they try it, I'll pitch them something like, okay, great, like now that you've tried it, if you want a full one today, because I'm here, we have $3 off coupon, so feel free to, yeah, purchase while I'm here, and that's a good way to get them to buy the product, and then you give them like a little discount too. So that's like one of the things that I do. Another thing that I do is I'll go to a bar and I'll kind of like hype it up, like me and the other girl will go and like just be full of energy and happy, and then we'll sample them there. And so we'll say something like, oh, hi, we're doing a free sampling of Fireball today. It's complimentary, but if you want a full one, it's $5 at the bar. Have a nice day, and then we'll typically ask if we can take a picture of them or with them, just for proof that we were there. And one little tip, if you do go into the promotional modeling world, I know in my last video I kind of included a little clip of how some models will just be like, oh yeah, let's just take our 15 pictures and leave, because you don't have a person there all of the time, like a boss, you know, you are managing yourself. So I always do, if I'm booked for like a 2-hour thing, I'll pay for the product at the end of my shift so that they know that I was there the full 2 hours, and that they don't think that I like left early or just have anything questionable happen. You know, just always be prepared for anything and take lots of pictures, quality pictures, because that's your job and it matters. Always bring extra cups, because you never know if you're gonna run out, but sometimes they give you cups, sometimes they don't, depending on the agency. And like I mentioned last time, some agencies are a little bit more specific about the size and the style of the cup. So just always, you know, it's important to have communication and to always be prepared. I also always bring an extra shirt, just in case, you know, like something spills on mine. So I have this Fireball shirt, and then I have this one too. And then like, this is what I typically wear to them. Just black leggings and black shoes with my Fireball top, and then all of a sudden, bam, I'm a brand ambassador and I work for them. So yeah, I just wanted to show you also like some other like random shirts too, that like, this is from when I worked for Gatorade. This shirt was huge on me. But yeah, this is also like a brand ambassador job that I did for them. And so this one I wanted to show you guys because this is really interesting to me. So this is a tank top from Forever 21, and this agency just put Budweiser on top, and then bam, all of a sudden it's like a Budweiser shirt. So this agency actually makes their own uniforms, which I think is really interesting. And yeah, that's how they're able to like customize it and make it cute, because you know, presentation is everything. Also, what you guys will need to get started is black pair of high heels, black leggings, black shorts, white shoes, and then like tan heels. And yeah, like you want white shoes, hopefully like cleaner than these, because that's typically what they'll ask you, you know, like they'll rotate between wanting you in black heels, tan heels, or black or white sneakers. I don't know if I can think of anything else, but if you guys have any more questions, please feel free to let me know and ask away. I know on my last video, somebody commented and asked me if I saw it feasible, like possible to do it full time. And what I would say about that is that yes, 100% it is possible to do this full time, but I wouldn't say like full time for one agency. No, you'd have to work like for multiple different agencies and fill up your schedule that way, and maybe you won't always get the pay rate that you want. So for example, me, because I charge $30 an hour, I might not always find jobs for that rate, but definitely for $28 or for $25 an hour. So if I want to keep myself busy and work those jobs, I can. But I'm already so busy with like just doing it this way that I can't. But if you have the time and the energy, then yeah, I 100% think that you can do it. Just to recap, guys, anybody and everybody can do this. So just apply, go on Facebook. That can be your first step, and apply, see what happens, and tag me if you do. That's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I make videos whenever I want, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys, and Jesus loves you. And feel free to ask me any questions that you have about this. I probably won't be making more videos on the matter because, I don't know, I just don't have much to say. But I am always up for talking about it. So let's connect, and I love you. Bye!
Así es que la quiero. Si la viera baila está sola, peligrosa como una pistola.
Thanks for watching.